Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name is Dave Burney.
I'm Jeremy Scheib. Good morning.
Well, when you aren't catching up, mowing the grass, getting your garden planted, cleaning out the garage, you should go fishing.
Yes.
Get out there and get that nightcrawler wet.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe let that minnow swim around a little bit. We know an expert over at Loop City at the reservoir there, Mark at Tradewinds Marina, and he is ready to go here this morning to tell us all about if the fish are biting at Sherman Reservoir. Mark, how you doing?
Good. I'm not so sure about that expert part, but cool.
Well, you talk to fishermen every day, so I guess you accumulate information from the guys that come in to get all that good food and everything, and lie to one another. I mean, that's what fishing has a aspect of it, right?
Yeah, most of them are liars. No, they've been hitting the walleye pretty good. Actually, for about the last week, 10 days, they've been hitting the walleye really good, and it's good. We're starting to see some of the 15 to 16 and a half inch class walleye being caught now, so that's good. And then the crappie's on the verge of spawn. It's just right there. It just hasn't happened yet, so hopefully we get some consistent weather and some warmer days. I think the spawn will pop off pretty quick on the crappie. So
yeah, and you've got the lake about full, I imagine.
It is full.
It is full. Okay,
plumb full. So that's good. There's plenty of water for everyone to fish and be away from each other, and plenty of food in the marina.
You bet.
Yep. Actually, tomorrow night we're starting our first wing night for the year on Thursdays, so we'll have wings and buckets of beer.
That sounds good. Wings and buckets of beer and fishing. I don't know how it gets any better than that. And you don't even have to.
I'm not sure either.
And you can come in and kind of stretch your legs a little bit, get some gas. I know you have gas there for the boats as well.
You bet. We got one pump up on land, and then we have a 91 octane and 87 octane on that. You can actually pull your boat up on the water and fill up. So that's pretty convenient.
That's very handy. That's really nice. And you always want to be running off the top half of a tank in a boat, I think, don't you?
Well, you don't want to be the new boats. You don't want to be running off the lower tank, because when you go to fill it, you'll be broke.
Oh, that too, yeah. Yeah, that's another good point. So, all right, boy, it sounds like everything is just on the verge, and already the walleye are biting, and crappie getting ready to go, and that's going to be a lot of fun. I guess the thing about crappie is that everybody can have fun fishing for crappie. The hardcore fishermen love them. Kids can catch them. Grandma and Grandpa can come along. It's a family deal.
You bet. You can keep a pretty decent number of crappie, and I mean, I think the possession limit's 15 a day, and you can or your bag limit's 15 a day, and in all reality, 6 crappie will feed a family of 4 pretty well. So
yeah, and it's pretty good eating too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. I heard a story from a guy that fished over there here just last week, I think it was. He actually caught a small northern pike. I didn't know there was any pike left in there.
There's some. I think a lot of them come in during the flood in 2019 from the river.
Oh, okay.
And I've seen more and more people catching them little hammer handles. The population used to be really good in the lake, and it's just over the years just dwindled away. And some people don't like them, some people do like them. I think they have a place in the ecosystem, but I think they have a reason to be in there to keep our shad population down and stuff.
Yeah. Well, they can be at times pretty aggressive and fun if you have a few in there. So that makes for good fishing too.
Absolutely.
All right, so everything's set. Now let's go over to the lodging side and talk to you about that. I know Memorial Day, you've been booked since February, I think you said.
Yeah.
But going into like this weekend or during the week, how you fixed?
During the week, we're usually pretty good. The weekends are starting to get booked up. I mean, if you want an RV or a cabin, you give the marina a call and see what we have available for the up and coming weekends. I know I was in the books the other day, and it looked pretty busy until after the 4th, but it doesn't mean we don't have a cancellation or 1 or 2 openings. So just give us a call at the marina at 308-745-1187 and talk to the girls there, and they'll let you know what we got available.
All right, that sounds great. And where are you at on your hours now? I know you're getting ready to kind of expand them when the kids get out of school and so forth. What's the schedule?
Well, we made the jump this week. We're open 7 to 8, 7 days a week.
All right. Life doesn't get easier for Mark now, does it?
Well, it is what it is. You know what I mean? That's nature of the beast.
Yep, that's true. And you want people to keep you busy.
Yep. I chose what I do.
There you go. You get any fishing in yourself before it gets too busy?
No, not really. I mean, we got with the seasonal cabins and RVs, there's a lot to take care of out there. So
yeah,
if I get any fishing in, it's usually I walk down to the docks when I need a minute to myself and catch a few crappie off the docks and call it good.
There you go. Well, you have been making some improvements, and just maintenance alone is a pretty big job. But I think people appreciate, the cleanliness and the availability that you have there, and being able to get something good to eat, have a drink, meet some of those young people that's working for you. It's all really good.
Yep, and we got a really good crew this year. So we got some new kids this year. Graduation really hurt us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But we got some new kids that are stepping up to the plate and doing really good. So, but we're there to help. We're there to help people and have them enjoy their time at the lake.
No, you bet. Looking down the calendar a little bit, and I don't expect you to give us specific dates, but I know you have some fishing tournaments coming up. But I know there's one that's near and dear to your heart that comes up in the summer, and that's where you honor service people from EMTs to EMS to police to soldiers. Are you going to do that again this year?
Yep. We have our date set for June 23rd, 24th, 25th this year. And we've got 27 service members and veterans that are going to participate this year. So we've got a pretty big weekend planned for them. So
yeah, they have a lot of fun. They get to fish and
golf,
yeah.
Fishing, and so.
All right. Well, we'll talk more about that when it gets a little closer, Mark. But in the meantime, good luck, and we'll talk to you next week. And we hope that people will stop by. For those who've never been there, how do they find you?
We're on the east side of the dam, just right on the lake. Our address is 1187 Marina Road in Luke City. So yeah, I mean, if you got trouble finding us, just give us a call. We can get you directions. All
right, Mark. We'll let you go. Thanks a lot.
All right. Have a good day, guys.
Take care. All right. Every time we talk to Mark, it just makes you want to go fishing or eat chicken wings.
It's true what you said about crappie too. If you're not very good at fishing, crappie are the way to go. I like catching crappie. I don't fish often, but they're fun fish.
Well, when they're on in that spawn, they're real aggressive, and crappie can get pretty good size. So if you have maybe a 7 or 8 year old with you, and they happen to get into one of those big ones, it's quite a fight for the kids, and even fishermen who fish all the time. You like to catch those big ones because they are really good to eat.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, and Sherman's kind of known for its crappie population and walleye population. And now the lake is full, so get on over there and stop by and see Mark at Tradewinds Marina. He'd love to have you stop in and say hi. Tell him that you heard about it on The Breakfast Show, and I know he'd like to hear that too. All right, Jeremy's helping out today because Brent Amperson left early this morning so he could get a parking spot at Burke Stadium. And if you've ever been to the state track meet, you know that is quite a accomplishment if you can get parking. Otherwise, you're walking quite a ways.
Yes.
But boy, what a colorful, beautiful event. It's just I know there's a lot of things about it. The competition is great. There's just a really good feel there at Burke Stadium, and now it goes 4 days.
Yep, 4 days. Lots of different. I like walking around and just seeing all of the school tents set up and things. It's kind of like a camping trip for the kids, and then they go out and compete, and then come back and just kind of hang out and take it easy. But it's great. It's kind of a bummer that the days are separated into 4 because you don't get that championship day where everyone can go. It was the most popular day in the past when everyone could go and watch each class's championship races and competition. That was really, really fun. But a lot easier to find a seat nowadays if you go to watch someone specific.
Yeah, it's probably handier that way. I'm with you, though. When you followed the kid, your own kids down to the track meet, and then you stayed and watched the different classes run the running events, and it's very exciting to see the different classes and some of the times and that are clocked in are amazing. And you still get that. It's just kind of separated out.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if you have 4 days, you could spend 4 days there. Brent certainly is going to spend the 4 days because, excuse me, he's going to be giving us reports here starting, I think, at 11 o'clock today, and then he'll update us probably every hour throughout the whole day until they finish the first day, and then he'll be back again tomorrow. And we got great sponsor list here that allows us to spend those 4 days down there. And I know we talked about it briefly here a day or so ago, but we're one of the few radio stations left. I think the majority of radio stations stay home and pick it up off their computer and put it on the air, and we still like to have real-time reports, and Brent will do his best when he has time to talk to some of the athletes as well. So,
yeah, and a tip for those of you that are going down there, if you don't want to mess with parking because you're not showing up as early as Brent to get one of those close parking spots, we always use the shuttle. There's a shuttle that goes from the mall there nearby. Tons of parking at the mall, obviously. They put it out in the outer parts of the parking lot, and they've got multiple school buses that shuttle people to Burke Stadium all throughout the day. They drop you off right at the front gate, and then they pick you up right at the front gate as well. When we walked out of the stadium, we were on a bus within 45 seconds, and then 5 minutes later, we were at our car. So something to consider.
Yeah.
We always use the shuttle. I don't remember the last time we went to state track that we didn't take the shuttle. It's great.
that's
So
nice service.
consider it.
Yep. All right, school lunch menus, and we have a few schools left that are still having class, but they are winding down, and we've sorted out the ones who are no longer having class. So here's a few more school lunch menus. We'll begin with Broken Bow today. On this Wednesday, they're having beef taco in a bag, crispy chicken sandwiches, spicy chicken sandwiches, and fresh baked combo subs, vegetables, fruit, dessert, and milk at Broken Bow today.
At Ansley today, pizza for lunch.
And let's see here at Cozad, they're having chicken patty with hot roll, glazed ham with roasted pineapple with hot roll. Some of the student favorites include peanut butter and jelly. They like hard-boiled eggs and broccoli as well. Mixed greens, fresh mashed potatoes and gravy, all at Cozad High School. Looks like they have maybe one more day of school left at Cozad.
At Sargent today, fish, egg roll, or chicken, cheesy green beans, fruit salad, dinner roll, milk, and salad bar.
At Litchfield, Cook's Choice today.
At Loop City today, fell onto the last page here, nachos or flying saucers.
And the Prairie Pioneer Center menu today, they'll enjoy unstuffed pepper casserole, corn, applesauce, and bread. If you'd like to come and have a meal today, call them before 9 o'clock or by 9 o'clock at 872-6121, 872-6121, the Prairie Pioneer Center in Broken Bow. Oop, I got one more over here. Let's see, Sandhills at Dunning is having hot ham and cheese sandwiches today. Almost missed that one. All right, the game. It is Runza Day today.
Yep, Pig in a Blanket Day. So you're playing for a free pig in a blanket, which they serve on Wednesdays at Runza in Broken Bow. We are talking about hit songs of 1983 for our trivia for May. Your question today: music of 1983 would not be complete without the mention of the band who had such hits as Do You Really Want to Hurt Me and Time Clock of the Heart. Who was this band? Is it A, Culture Club, B, Men at Work, C, Daryl Hall and John Oates, or D, Devo?
Wow. What was those titles again?
Do You Really Want to Hurt Me and Time Clock of the Heart. We're looking for the name of the band that had those hits around 1983.
All right. Call us at 872-2801 and win yourself a Runza prize.
Check out Runza's Spicy Barbecue Bacon Burger. Whew, that's a tongue twister. Say that 5 times fast.
Runza Spicy Barbecue Bacon Burger. Runza Spicy Barbecue Bacon Burger.
No, I didn't actually.
Runza Spicy Barbecue Bacon Burger.
Try Runza's Spicy Barbecue Bacon Burger with barbecue sauce, jalapenos, bacon, pepper jack cheese, and crispy onion strips. Because Runza makes it all better.
Remember, today is Pigs in a Blanket Day.
And we have a caller on the line. James is on the phone. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Just getting up and at it. Not too bad.
Same here. We're trying to get it together on a Wednesday. Let's see if we can get you something to eat. Here's your question.
All right, James, who had hits Do You Really Want to Hurt Me and Time Clock of the Heart? Who was the band? Was it Culture Club, Men at Work, Daryl Hall and John Oates, or Devo?
I want to say Culture Club.
That's right. All right, we'll mark down your name on this free pig in a blanket, and we'll have it here at our studios when you get a moment to stop by.
Awesome.
All right.
Appreciate it, guys.
Hey, James, thanks a lot. By the way, I got an added prize for you. I didn't. My wife found some T-shirts that were stored from the Blues Fest that took place for 18 years over at Arnold, and also some caps. Would you like a T-shirt or a cap?
Let's go with the T-shirt.
T-shirt. All right. We'll put one out for you and put your name on it when you stop up to pick your Runza prize up. We'll have a shirt for you. Thanks for calling.
Thanks, Dave.
You bet. All right, James, thanks a lot. Thanks for listening to The Breakfast Show.
About beef. Listen throughout the month for sponsors like these, saluting those in the beef industry.
Trotter Service in Broken Bow and Trotter's Woe and Go locations across central Nebraska. Shotgun Annie's in Callaway and A1 Auto Repair of Arnold.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show
My day starts right.
with Dave and Brent.
7:53 is your time, and we have guests coming in. We'll have Custer Federal State Banks going to sponsor some time today with some folks who are coming in. They do that occasionally, and this time it'll be about the Red Barn and the scenic highway news that will be brought in that Custer Federal is going to sponsor today. Also, we're going to be telling you about the movies at Fox Theater, and it's a very, very interesting show with Andy Gibbons. He'll be in to talk about the Muddy Creek celebration, which is coming up real quick, and then also a very a unique story. I won't give it away, but a unique story that will be told during the show today as well. So that's all coming up.
All right, sounds good.
The Ansley Public Schools are looking for some good help.
Yeah, they're looking for an energetic, responsible, and caring individual interested in working as a custodian, a paraprofessional, or kitchen staff within the school system. Wages are negotiable. The para position is a job that follows the school calendar. The custodial position is a year-round full-time position. The kitchen staff positions are during the school year, as well as for the summer lunch program. If you're interested, call Gordon Goodman at 308-935-1121 or download a copy of the application from their website, ansleypublicschool.org. They would love to work together. That job listing is also on the employment page of sandhillsexpress.com for you to check out at your convenience.
Also, some jobs available at Ansley and Broken Bow through the Nebraska Department of Transportation. And they will offer training and career development with these positions, advancement opportunities, ample paid time off, a work-life balance, and comprehensive benefits package, including matching retirement contribution. And the Nebraska Department of Transportation reward their employees for hard work with friendly and supportive work environment that encourages creativity and innovation. You can apply online and only online at statejobs.nebraska.gov. The state of Nebraska is an equal opportunity veterans preference employer. So some jobs available still in the area, and we'll have more jobs a little bit later on. All the jobs that we read, by the way, are available on Sandhills Express employment page.
Refresh your space by completing that list of home improvement projects with the help of a HELOC from Bruning Bank. If an updated look is not enough and you're ready to buy a new home, we can help with that too. Navigating a home purchase can be confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let our friendly, experienced staff guide you to owning the home of your dreams. You can apply in person, online at bruningbank.com, or give us a call at 308-872-2757 to get started. Bruning Bank, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 473773, member FDIC.
Tomorrow is Thursday. That means a Nebraska Land Days ticket giveaway on The Breakfast Show. We're giving away a pair of tickets to each show each Thursday through June 1st. June 23rd, Randall King, Morgan Wade, and Cody Johnson.
If you got a chance, take it. Take it while you got a chance.
June 24th, Connor Smith, Lenny Wilson, and Jason Aldean. We'll give away a pair of tickets to each show Thursday. Brought to you by
Rustic and Red in Cozad, Fiesta Brava Broken Bow, Mr. Rudy's Mercantile and More in Sargent, The Grocery Cart in Broken Bow, and Ollie's Coffee and Boutique in Sargent.
Listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KPBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. The North Carolina legislature has overridden the governor's veto of a bill banning abortion after 12 weeks. CBS's Stacey Lynn.
Having passed by the requisite 3/5 vote, the House has overridden the governor's veto and the bill becomes law.
Right after the vote, Democrats inside the State House made their disapproval heard.
A deal on raising the nation's debt ceiling seems to be getting close. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy.
It is possible to get a deal by the end of the week. It's not that difficult to get to an agreement.
McCarthy spoke after an Oval Office meeting yesterday with President Biden and other Democratic leaders. Sherelle Parker has won the Democratic Party's nomination for mayor of Philadelphia. KYW's Pat Loeb says Parker would be the city's first female leader.
She didn't talk about social services or group violence intervention or other programs around it. She was talking about more police on the street.
CBS News Brief. I'm Christopher Cruz.
In Nebraska news, after fighting through 2 rounds of debate, LB 574, or the Let Them Grow Act, comes to one of its final hurdles. The bill went to a 3rd round of debate at about 2:30 yesterday afternoon, but this round was very different from the other 2 because of the amendment made last Monday. Senator Ben Hansen introduced the amendment known as the Preborn Child Protection Act, which builds upon efforts to restrict abortions in the state. The amendment draws inspiration from a proposal to impose an abortion ban after 12 weeks, but there are some differences. First, Hansen's amendment is linked to gestational age, potentially making it 2 to 3 weeks shorter than the LB 626 proposal. Secondly, Hansen's amendment does not include provisions for fetal anomalies, unlike the original proposal. When the debate started yesterday, senators on both sides spoke passionately. Opponents of the bill have cited the single subject rule from the Nebraska Constitution that says no bill should contain more than one subject, and the subject shall clearly be expressed in the title. The first 3 hours of debate were spent on a motion that Omaha Senator Justin Wayne made to send the bill back to committee, which failed on 3 separate votes.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In the NBA playoffs, opening game of the Western Conference Finals saw the Nuggets hold off the Lakers for a 132-126 win. Denver had a 21-point lead. It was cut to 3 in the second half, but they hold on for the victory thanks to star Nikola Jokic, who had another big game with a triple-double, 34 points, 21 rebounds, and 14 assists. In the win, Anthony Davis had 40 points and 10 boards in the loss for L.A. Denver's got the 1-0 series lead. Game 2's Thursday in Denver, where the Nuggets are a perfect 7-0 at home so far this postseason. NBA news, the San Antonio Spurs win the draft lottery. They'll have the first opportunity to draft 19-year-old French phenom Victor Wembanyama. Hornets will draft second, followed by the Rockets, Trailblazers, and Pistons. Baseball games of note, the Twins down the Dodgers 5-1 in L.A., snapping the Dodgers' 10-game home winning streak. And a battle of division leaders. Also a battle of division leaders in Arlington, where the Rangers beat the Braves 7-4. Yankees down the Blue Jays 6-3. Aaron Judge, a go-ahead 2-run homer in the 8th inning in the win for New York.
Here's your weatherology forecast. For today, we'll see a good deal of sunshine with high temperatures working up to 80, with south winds at 5 to 10. Then for tonight, a chance for scattered showers and storms, a low of 52. For Thursday, partial sunshine. Still can't rule out that chance for showers and storms. We're back in the lower 70s. Breezy and cooler for Friday, but ample sun, high of 68. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Caro.
When they're investigating, we can't stop watching. This month on BritBox, sit back, relax, and enjoy watching the detectives. Discover Britain's most bingeable mysteries, including the brand new season of Grace, the hit series based on the books by best-selling author Peter James. Unwind with the detectives you could watch all night long. Stream them all now exclusively on BritBox. Endlessly intriguing. Start your free trial at BritBox.com.
I'm Howard Mackler, founder of Innovation Refunds. You've heard me talking about the payroll tax refund for months. If you own a business, even if you've asked your CPA about this, you owe it to yourself to take another look. We provide a licensed and insured tax attorney who evaluates your company at my expense to determine eligibility. Businesses of all types can qualify, so go to GetRefunds.com to potentially get a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. Download the Innovation Refunds app or go to GetRefunds.com, GetRefunds.com.
Currently 51 under a sunny sky. Winds are calm today so far. Barometric pressure is steady again this morning at 30.03. Humidity at 94%. A beautiful day yesterday, just gorgeous. 73 for a high yesterday. An overnight low, a bit cool, 43 degrees overnight. Sunrise today was at 6:18. Sunset at 8:52. Sunrise tomorrow morning, as our days are really getting long now. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 6:17. And we did record, or have recorded, so far this month, 7 inches and 10 hundredths precipitation. We'll be right back with more of The Breakfast Show, but first, these words.
Spring into new adventures and a new pair of Merrills from Bo Bootery. Right now, when you purchase a pair of Merrills, you get to register for a chance at winning a free pair. Merrills are comfortable and versatile. Walk, play, work, run, or just have fun in them. They have lots of great styles for the family and would love to help you find what style fits you and your amazing personality. Bo Bootery on the square in Broken Bow. They're proud to be your home-owned shoe store.
There's a reason you should buy Kane USA beef, because you can taste the difference. Kane USA beef is USDA certified and ready for sale by the cut or side at their location on Highway 2 in Broken Bow. Always all natural, no growth hormones. Premium beef that is pasture-raised, corn-finished, and dry-aged. Right now, May is Beef Month, so stock up your freezer with their small or large sides of beef box specials and be ready for grilling season. Visit their Facebook page, call Maureen at 880-1505, or stop by the store in Broken Bow. Kane USA Beef.
You're listening to The Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN Radio.
And our guests are in the studio, actually in the lobby. They'll be in the studio in a moment to talk about the Muddy Creek celebration, which is coming up at Ansley. And we also want to let you know, too, that tomorrow we'll be giving our first Nebraska Land tickets away, Jeremy. I know you've been working on that. We'll have tickets to the country shows and to the Buffalo Bill Rodeo as well.
Yep, we've got some rodeo tickets, and we've got tickets to each day of the show. And each Thursday now from tomorrow all the way through the 1st, we'll give away a pair of tickets to each of those shows each day, and then the rodeo tickets as we have them. So should be a lot of fun, and it'll be good shows, too.
Excellent shows, yeah. We'll be talking about that a little later on. Also remind you that tomorrow we'll also have reports from the junior high state rodeo finals being held here at Custer County Fairgrounds. We're going to go out and talk with some of the athletes, the young athletes, on Thursday and Friday. You'll hear those on KCNI, and again, track reports here on KBBN the next 4 days. Music now from the Eagles, and we'll get our guests in the studio.
There's a lot of uncertainty in ag and business today. One thing you can always count on, though, is Nebraska State Bank, looking for ways to help local ag producers and businesses be successful. Right now, NSB is running an ag and commercial equipment loan special that features a 6.49% fixed interest rate for qualified customers. You heard that right, a 6.49% fixed interest rate. Call one of their local experienced ag loan officers at 872-2466 to find out more about this limited time loan special. Nebraska State Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. With more ways than ever to connect to news and entertainment, did you know that 90% of new car buyers want the tried and true AM/FM radio option? That's because your local radio stations are reliable, trustworthy, and bring you a local connection that can't be replicated. Not to mention, we are free, no subscription or cell data required. More than 80 million Americans each month depend on AM for their news, weather, and entertainment. Text AM to 52886 and tell Congress we need AM radio in cars.
13 past the hour of 8 o'clock. I was just looking here. We have Melissa and Andy. I think that would make a great radio show, the morning show with Melissa and Andy.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
It does sound, yeah.
I think you can find probably better guests.
It's got a nice ring to it, I think.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Breakfast Show. Thanks for coming in, you guys.
Thanks for having us.
Talking off the air about the upcoming Muddy Creek celebration in the latter part of June, so still in the works, right?
Yep. We have a meeting coming up actually tonight at 6:30 at my shop in Ansley. If anybody wants to come, put in your 2 cents, volunteer to help, or do whatever. We'd appreciate the help. It's we're coming down to the wire on finalizing what we're going to do. Tonight we should be able to finalize the schedule and start printing that and get stuff out so everybody can see what we got going on.
Start posting it and promoting it. Now, you kind of made a change or two. In fact, a lot of changes last year. Kind of went with some old-fashioned games for people to participate in and different events that are familiar to people, and evidently it went over pretty well.
Yeah, it went over great. We kind of made it more community organized or community centered, where the businesses and the community participated in it and helped bring stuff out. So just did little games like ring toss and balloon dart throw, and we had some putt-putt golf. We had a stilt walker and fire juggler there last year. He'll be back this year too.
He does those at the same time?
At the same time, yeah. He was walking around on stilts while the kids were playing putt-putt golf. He grabbed one of the golf clubs and was playing golf with them and telling horrible dad jokes. And
oh, what more could you want?
No, it was great. He just kind of impromptu. He sat down in the middle of the street and started juggling fire. And, I mean, the kids loved it. It was a great time.
Well, juggling fires.
Yeah, I tend to not juggle fire.
He'll have a little different. He'll do the stilt walk and stuff. I think he's gonna do a stage show this year as well.
Okay.
Which will involve fire and tightrope walking. So he'll be there. It'll be a little bit different, but
expanded version, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Well, that's a neat, and they'll be looking forward to that again. I mean, that's going to be a nice draw for you.
Mm-hmm.
People that liked it. And Melissa, you mentioned before I went on the air too that it's kind of the same but changed up a little bit. What are some of the things that are going to be different this year?
So this year we added on Friday the kids color run. So it'll be, Ansley usually does a summer lunch program. So it'll be directly after the summer lunch. You ride, walk, scooter. It'll kind of be a parade just for the kids that day. So we had that a couple years ago. So we're bringing that back this year.
And we're going to do that through Husker Homes so that everybody in the community can get involved in that and throw chalk at all the kids. So
yeah,
it's a great idea.
Nice. Powdered chalk, not just chalk.
Well,
yeah.
If you want to throw the stick stuff at them, they probably deserve it. So
they probably do. I think I'd go with the norm there.
Yeah.
I think keeping it kind of the same. Everybody expects. Okay, I went last year. This is what I really liked. So we keep it pretty much the same. The fishing tournament, that's always a big hit. Again, that's going on this year. The vendor fair last year was the first year of it, so we're hoping this year we have more, vendors and crafters join for that too.
Okay. And if they're listening out there and they are in that category, do they reach out to one of you to see how to get involved in that?
They can. Do you have Kathy's number?
I do not.
Okay, well, Kathy Jo Mills, she's running this year, but if you message the Muddy Creek Celebration page on Facebook, we can get you the information on there. There are, I know the chamber sent out the vendor slip also through email, so if they're part of the chamber, they should have gotten it there too.
Okay.
But everything's mostly posted on the Facebook page, which is Muddy Creek Celebration.
All right. Sounds like a lot of fun. I know that small towns want to continue having these wonderful festivals. Small towns don't have as many people to put these sorts of things on. And Andy, you mentioned the meeting tonight. Somebody out there is thinking about, well, maybe I should pitch in here and help a little bit. This would be a good way to get started at the meeting tonight, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd be a great way to get started and help. And if you can't make the meeting, you can give one of us a call. You can give me a call at 308-763-1193 and just give me your ideas or tell me what you'd like to help to volunteer with. We're gonna need a lot of help this year. So
I was gonna say my number is 308-212-2504. I'm gonna lose Andy next week, so he's going for a pretty big surgery, so he will be down and out for a little while. So I could definitely use manpower. It takes a lot to set this up, and I don't think a lot of people realize how many people it actually takes, and that's what we can use as manpower, volunteers, even if it's just an hour of your time, or even just another idea. Throw it out there, what you think we should have, or what you didn't like last year, things like that.
One of the best things that we found that works best for us is if you have an idea, we don't micromanage it. We tell you, hey, take your idea, run with it, and we'll give you a slot to do it. We had the 4-H reach out to us actually yesterday and said they wanted to do cow pie bingo. We said, great, we'll put you on the schedule. We'll do it Saturday. We'll give you a spot to do it, and here you go.
Yeah.
So that's...
Maybe somebody out there wants to do kind of a public service and fundraiser for a group like that, maybe a dunk tank or something like that.
Yeah.
Something that they could bring in and add to the show.
Yep.
And make a little money for their cause as well.
Exactly, yep.
Okay, all right.
I think I do want to focus on the beer garden this year.
Oh, yeah.
Beer garden is starting a lot earlier than it normally does. It's starting at 4 o'clock this year. We have 3 different bands coming, so it'll be on Main Street this year. It won't be down at the park. So at 4 o'clock we have one band, Audacion. They're out of Kearney. They are more of a punk rock band. Then there's a little bit of a break, and then we have Downtown Nowhere out of Mason City. They're country. And then our headliner for this year is Rascal Martinez.
Oh, wow.
So he's a pretty well-known person. He will start at 9.
Yep.
Legends is going to be doing the beer garden this year.
And we set our price. We set our price before the state fair. So the state fair, or not the state fair, the county fair, they're $10 if you get it before Memorial Day. We're $10 to get into that beer garden the day of.
Okay.
So
flat $10.
Flat $10 gets you in.
Okay.
Kids will be 5.
Yep.
Kids will be 5 this year, and then $10 will be using wristbands. If you're going to be drinking, you're going to have one color. If you're not, you'll have another color. It'll just kind of help keep everything organized.
Sounds good.
And running smoothly. I think the music will be pretty good this year.
Sounds like you got a little bit of everything there, and Rascal Martinez is very popular. People drive a long ways to see him perform, and so that's a good.
Think he'll have Wheeler with him?
Well, I don't know.
Wheeler's been playing some bass for him.
So he is coming with his band. We do have the band as well. So
cool.
I'm sure.
Well, you might get to watch a hometown boy then
there you go.
Play bass.
Wheeler Walls on the bass.
Yeah. I've seen some pictures of him playing, and I think Wheeler's out in Ogallala or somewhere now. So he's not in Lincoln, Omaha anymore, so he'll have fun coming back and playing in front of the hometown folks. Cool.
Yep, and I think, like I said, having it on Main Street too is kind of just brings that sense of community back together. With bigger bands, we needed a bigger area.
Right.
So that just happened to work out. And that was Ansley Lumber mentioned it last year to have Rascal Martinez. So again, this was a year in the works of getting everything ready to go for the celebration.
And I think his schedule fills up pretty quickly.
Yeah, it
so
does.
you guys,
Yes.
it's good that you work on this celebration year round.
I think I had him
otherwise
booked.
probably wouldn't have gotten him.
I don't know, it was October maybe that I
October,
finally I
November,
booked him
yeah.
of last year. So
Wow. Be quite a show.
Yeah.
It should be a good time. Yeah.
And $10 gets you in.
Yep.
For adults.
Yep.
All right. Boy, it's coming together, but you could use some help, right?
Absolutely.
Yes. Yep.
Now, Melissa, you mentioned you're going to be losing Andy, and
She's not losing me. I will still be there.
Well, for help.
I'm stubborn enough. I will be there and doing stuff. I just may be sitting in a lawn chair drinking iced tea while they're doing the rest of the work.
You take it easy.
He's
'cause-
going to be supervising is what he's going to do.
Well, he likes to supervise. So. No. We want to talk about that a little bit because there's a benefit coming up. Do you mind if we go to that for a little bit and then we'll
That's
come
fine.
back? Lunch and silent auction coming up this Sunday, right?
Right.
And for those who don't know, Andy is going to make the ultimate donation. Question that we would have to ask you is, some people would say, well, why is Andy doing that? Can I ask that question?
Because this kid needs a kidney and I have a spare one. So, I mean, it's just the thing you do to help somebody.
It goes back to the community. He's
really
a community kid. So it just goes back to small town communities and helping each other out, I think.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
it's not my
exactly what it
kidney,
is.
but-
I mean, it's just the thing to do in a small community. If somebody needs help, you jump down and you give them a hand.
Okay.
Or a kidney.
Or kidney.
Or
Yeah.
a kidney, yeah. And this goes to the Hoblin Bittner.
Yep, it goes to Jacob Hoblin Bittner. He's a sophomore in Ansley High School, so.
A sophomore. I guess I
Yep.
didn't know how old.
Yeah, he's a year older than my oldest, so.
Okay. Well, I know they appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
And because they're going to have they're going to be there a while after the surgery, and you always have extra expenses when you have long stays or longer stays at medical facilities, and extra costs that you just don't figure in. So this fundraiser is going to go to help with their expenses, and of course you won't be working for a while, right?
Right.
So there's a little help there for you
Yep.
as well.
We're both going to be down for probably 6 to 8 weeks without being able to do a whole lot of anything. So
okay,
the fundraiser was put up and by the community to help us. So we're
just helping one another
exactly
in the community. That's wonderful. So Sunday, folks, on May 21st, this weekend, 11 a.m. until 2 p.m., there'll be a benefit lunch and silent auction held. And this goes from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Mason City Community Building, which is a really cool place to have a fundraiser. It's got the good old feel to it.
Yeah, it does.
And they know how to cook in Mason City, no doubt about that. I still dream of the chicken and noodles that they used to make it, and maybe they still do at the Mason City Homecoming and the community building. So you're going to eat good. This is coming up this Sunday. Questions, or if you just want to make donations, if you can't make the event, you can contact Kevin at 308-212-0401 or Jill at 308-212-0400. And if you didn't catch those numbers, call us. We'll give them to you on the phone. And there's these posters around as well.
It's on Facebook as well.
Okay, Facebook would be a real handy way to do it. Pulled pork, cowboy beans, chips, salad, and dessert will be the meal. That's going to be delicious. Company's going to be good. And, Mason City and Ansley are separate communities, but they're kind of together as a community as well. Not very far apart, like, 6 miles or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, when your kids go to school together, you just kind of all grow together. So.
There you go. All right. So that's coming up. And because of that, even though Andy says he's going to supervise, Melissa could use a little extra help for the Muddy Creek celebration, right?
Yes, yep. We still also, the parade, I wanted to touch on that. I have not gotten Forbes out yet. That's something we do every year, Saturday morning. Businesses, clubs, anybody that might want to join in on that parade, again, it's on our Facebook. I will be putting sign-up sheets through the chamber. You can find it there. And again, on our Facebook, Muddy Creek Celebration.
All right. All right. Now, maybe you mentioned it. Is there a theme for the parade yet?
Ansley through the ages. So 20s, 30s, 40s, however you want to dress up, decorate your float. Kind of just a yearly thing.
Okay.
Whatever year you pick.
This will be the 136th year of our Ansley celebrations. So
that's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
I think one of the oldest ones. I think Litchfield is right up there as well.
Yep. We missed 2020 because of COVID, but other than that, I'm pretty sure they've had a celebration every year in Ansley. So.
Yep.
All right. Questions, Jeremy, for the guys?
I don't think so.
Right. Did we cover everything that you wanted to talk about?
I think so.
I think so. Like I said, mostly, the schedule will stay the same. Manpower. We need manpower, volunteers, ideas. If you have a talent and you want to bring it to the carnival, just give us a call. Okay. Send us a message.
Right. Meeting tonight.
Meeting tonight.
6:30 at the Gibbons Electric building, the old grocery store in Ansley.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice having you in, and good luck. And
thank you.
Wonderful contribution to the community that you're making. It's not one that a lot of people would probably make, so thank you. And let's help Melissa out and fill in some spaces with some people, or some things like a dunk tank, or a bake sale, or whatever the case may be. You're welcome, everybody, to come in and participate. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll take a time out with these words.
Cattlemen, spring is here and things are starting to green up. But alongside the good green like pasture grass and trees come the bad greens, musk thistles, mullenweed, buckbrush, and other weeds. Let Aero Aviation help you get the bad green under control this spring. They use the latest in aircraft and GPS technology and crop protection products while keeping the good green in your pocket. Call Casey, Melissa, or Kim today and schedule spring spraying with Aero Aviation, 872-5113.
Start checking items off your warm weather to-do list with the help of Ansley Lumber and Supply. They have the materials you need. LP Smart Siding, featuring premium Diamond Coat technology, will protect your home for years to come. To protect from the top, ask about shingles and other roofing options. Need to rework or build a deck? Ansley Lumber has great material options there too. Strong, high-quality materials to keep your home safe and strong for years, all from their friendly, knowledgeable staff to help you along the way. Ansley Lumber and Supply, Main Street, Ansley.
It's never too early to stock up for your Memorial Day weekend meals. Visit Gary's Superfoods in Broken Bow. 10-pound bags of Open Acres chicken leg quarters are $7.99, and boneless pork sirloin chops are $2.49 a pound. USDA choice sirloin tip roasts are $4.99 a pound. Red, yellow, orange, and green peppers are 5 for $5. For your barbecue side, our family baked beans are 3 for $5. Gary's Superfoods, shop on South B Street in Broken Bow.
It's 8:30. You're listening to Casey and I, KBBN Radio, Broken Bow, Nebraska. We'll be right back with our guests to talk about sod and more. Stay tuned.
Spring and summer fun is upon us. Here at Team Physical Therapy, we want to get you ready and keep you healthy all year long. If you are having trouble getting back into shape, call Team Physical Therapy at 872-5111. We are highly trained in sports injuries that you may be experiencing. Whether it's a muscle strain, shin splints, foot, knee, or shoulder pain, let your movement rehabilitation specialist get you in shape for summer fun. Call Team Physical Therapy at 872-5111 or check us out on the web at myteampt.com.
Hi, I'm Tina with Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency, and I would love to discuss your home, auto, farm, or commercial coverage. I have several great carriers to choose from, so stop on in or call for an appointment, and we'll work together on a free, no-obligation quote. I'm at 914 South D Street in Broken Bow, or give me a call at 308-872-6996. Nebraska Owners Insurance under the Big Red Awning.
Tomorrow is Thursday. That means a Nebraska Land Days ticket giveaway on The Breakfast Show. We're giving away a pair of tickets to each show each Thursday through June 1st. June 23rd, Randall King, Morgan Wade, and Cody Johnson.
If you got a chance, take it while you got a chance.
June 24th, Connor Smith, Lenny Wilson, and Jason Aldean.
Ask any old Boston
We'll give away a pair of tickets to each show Thursday. Brought to you by
Rustic and Red in Cozad, Fiesta Brava Broken Bow, Mr. Rudy's Mercantile and More in Sargent, The Grocery Cart in Broken Bow, and Ollie's Coffee and Boutique in Sargent.
Dave and Brent.
You two guys.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
All right, it's 8:32. Fun morning so far. Good guests and talking fishing and talking about the Muddy Creek Festival coming up in June. And now we're going to talk with Mike Evans and Rick Moss about whatever they want to talk about, Jeremy.
Okay.
Hard to tell what that might be.
Yeah.
How you guys doing?
Doing good, thank you.
Doing
well.
Good.
Thanks.
I mentioned sod, but maybe I was ahead of you on that. Maybe we don't want to talk about a sod house yet, but it did rain. Does that help the process a little bit as far as...
Absolutely.
Yeah. You couldn't have done it before.
No, it was just powder, so...
Yeah. What we're talking about, folks, is a sod house that will eventually be built out by the Red Barn along the scenic byway, right?
Yes.
5-bedroom, 3-bathroom.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be ideal, but we're trying to be authentic.
Okay, all right.
But it's 12 by 14. It's
12 by 16.
12 by 16. Sorry. It looks really small, but in our minds, it's really big.
Yeah. I can imagine.
But it's a lot better now that now we got some moisture. We have a shot at. We just got to get rescheduled. We were all geared up to go on April 29th. We had all the labor lined up and all that, and we had a good chance of rain that week, and it didn't happen, and so we had to cancel it again. But it's on coming right up on the horizon here, and we'll get a date set. And now, like I was saying off the air, that we're running into weddings and things like that, and a little bit more conflicts this time of year, but we'll find a way around it. We have a good group of people lined up, we believe.
And how long do you think this process will take, or do you even know, Rick?
I tallied it up, and there was just short of 2,000 sod bricks, which were 1 foot by 2 foot by 4 inches thick, that little building is going to require. So I'd imagine it's not going to get done in a day, but we'll see.
And I'm sure you're going to mechanize a little bit more than what they did back in the day when they built sod houses.
Yeah, thank God for Dave Downey. Mike can tell you about his contraption that he's come up with.
He has a deal rigged up on his skid steer that you can't just use a regular sod cutter because it doesn't go deep enough. You can't just use sod. You got to get down into the mud, and so you have to have an apparatus that can cut through the mud. So it's got to have some power and a different style of blade. And he's got one that he made actually. And he thinks it'll work just fine. He's demonstrated that it does. So we won't have the team and horses like they used to use with the grasshopper plow, and that's unfortunate. I wish we could have done it that way, but just finding somebody that can even. I know there's a few people out there that could probably do it, and we have a grasshopper plow, but getting a team of horses and somebody, and maybe somebody like Drew Gaffney could do it, but I don't know. It'd be a tough go.
Yeah. It's bound to take a lot more time that way, I would think.
Yeah. Well, I believe that when it's built, it's going to be a real draw.
It will be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the location that it's going to be in is visible from the highway, so that's going to help a lot. And that's going to get people stopping just to see what's going on while it's being built. So it should be a good draw. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's we're just wanted to mention real quick the Red Barn this year is a passport. What do they call that, Rick?
Stop.
Passport stop. And so it's been getting a lot of traffic already. So we were hoping we'd have this thing up and going. They're a little earlier this year than normal because to be a passport, you have to start a month earlier than what we normally do. And Rick does all that. I mean, I'm not going to take any credit for it. Rick lines up.
We've got several volunteers.
Well, I know, but I mean, Rick lines up all the volunteers and organizes the whole thing. I just every now and then I go out and help him mow, but I'm not trying to take any of his thunder away. I guarantee you.
Sure. You helping mow with this kind of rain has been really good for me.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we're all catching up there. That's for sure.
You
but
can't catch up.
No, it's a good problem to have.
Yes.
Though, isn't it? Really is.
No, we're not going to complain.
No. The Red Barn's been open since May 1, right?
Correct.
and that's because of the passport stop. You had to open.
Ordinarily, we would open Saturday of Memorial Day weekend, so it's almost a month early. And it's been really going well. We had Monday over 20 visitors, which is a good count for us. So.
Yeah.
And we should be around 200 already with just over half a month gone, so can't complain.
We should mention we're the Red Barn's just one part of the Sandhills Journey National Scenic Byway, and we're just one cog in the wheel. All up and down Highway 2, it's pretty impressive, some of the outfits up and down the road, and if people get a chance to go out and see them. And Rick's seen most of them, way more than me, but a lot of good people up and down Highway 2.
Absolutely.
You bet.
And I should mention the Sandhills Journey National Scenic Byway has an app that's available for free. And I just loaded it. I haven't looked at it yet, but it's new to us. Mitch Hunt designed the site. So that's going to be helpful and have a lot of good information for the travelers that are coming up Highway 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I know that a lot of people realize how much traffic comes through on Highway 2 on the tourism side, but some do not. It's pretty amazing, really. And people come from all over the world, don't they, Rick?
Oh, yeah. So far, we've had people from, well, as you know, Vancouver Island, British Columbia, a fella and his son from Germany, and yesterday there was a couple from the United Kingdom.
Oh, good.
So already we've had 3 international sites represented. That's really good.
Yeah. Well, there's something about the Sandhills. If there's folks out there that understand the uniqueness of the Sandhills, and they'll come a long ways just to see that.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a real draw.
Yeah. This, by the way, this time is being paid for by Custer Federal State Bank, and we want to thank them as we go along here.
You bet.
Mike had that on the top of his list.
That was on top of my list, and we got sidetracked. But
that's
thank
easy
you,
to
Custer Federal.
There you go.
And we're and Linda Tion, by the way, is our current reigning president. Is that how she's referred, president?
Yeah.
Right.
She's very adamant about what
she does. A lot of work. A lot of work.
She's a worker.
And she's busy today helping some people get ready for a wedding and different things up north there. So she lives at Dunning. But anyway, we're very grateful for all she does.
Yeah, she does a great job. We like it when she comes in. She's always pretty spunky.
Oh, yeah. A lot of energy there.
Yeah. You've got enough volunteers for the Red Barn this year, Rick?
We've got a good 30, maybe 32. Your wife being one of the new volunteers, by the way.
Yeah, I stopped out and checked on her the other day, and it was early. It was one of the slower days.
That's what she said.
I think she got partway through a book that day.
That's okay.
The nice thing about volunteering is you get to meet a lot of folks, or you get a little quiet time, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. And speaking of meeting folks, Jenny Luther was in, who happens to be the granddaughter of O.K. Luther. Pardon me, O.K. Luther, whose barn we have the privilege to house out there at the facility. And she was really, her and her family were a lot of fun to talk to. Just good people.
They really are.
Where are they from?
Vancouver.
Oh, really?
British Columbia. Vancouver Island, actually.
Wow.
And they were, I didn't time it, but they were there an hour and a half easily.
I'm sure.
That was fun.
We are acquainted and had a couple of meals with them while they were here, and they probably told you that. But she is just so excited about coming back. She, her granddad, her father grew up here, Kim, and he, I think he's still friends with John Evans. They graduated together.
They did.
Yeah.
And I haven't talked to John since I met him.
Yeah.
Or, excuse me, I didn't meet him, his daughter.
Yeah, Jenny.
But he's a well-known author, and I just started reading a book that he did back, I don't know how many years ago, but we got it in our little library out there, and I never paid a whole lot of attention to it, so I'm going to get that done.
She was excited to go up stairs because when she was a little girl, she probably told you that they had hay bales up there that didn't get moved after a while, and they made
tunnels
and all sorts of things.
Then they made the tunnels bigger as they got older, and
Yeah.
taller.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that barn actually used to sit right here by.
Yeah.
Right by, well, it was part of this silo that's next to the station, right?
I was
part
actually
of the same farm.
Down farther on the
a little
driveway.
further down.
Yeah.
But it's probably on the same
I wonder
property.
if it was the same.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I told Stephen, Jenny's husband, who's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That my dad broke horses there. It was used for a lot of different things. I think they actually had some rodeos there as well.
I heard that.
And I think there's a video somewhere, Rick. We need to find
really?
a video of this crazy rodeo going on down at the OK Lutheran
that'd be
Bar.
fun, yeah.
And the horses were running everywhere, and there was a bucking and going on. And I'll have to remember where we found that. It might be on that disc that we have of the parade.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, there's all kinds of things that took place at the OK Lutheran Barn.
Well, that'd be
One
good.
thing I always remembered about it also was there was a pie-shaped hog barn, and they farrowed in it, and the alleyway was on the outside of it, and then they had the pie. All the farrowing stalls were pie-shaped, very unique.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever seen another one.
Yeah, I don't know of another one like that.
Jenny talked about that, and there is one other one somewhere in the state.
Is there?
Yeah.
I don't know if she knew where it was.
Yeah, pretty neat.
Yeah,
pretty unique.
To show you how important it is, I mean, they had some ties here, but they came all the way from Vancouver all the way down, came through Montana. They were going to go back through the Tetons, and they had it all planned out. But I really believe the highlight of their trip was spending time here.
I could tell.
And the last thing that Jenny said when we had supper on Sunday evening, I believe it was, she said, I could stay here for a week. And they sent a message back to us that they were in Casper, Wyoming on that Monday evening. And she said, we watched the archive of the breakfast show that her husband Stephen was on. And she said, to be honest with you, we're a little blue. That's the way she put it. She said, we wish we could have stayed longer. We had so much fun. And that's what people can have when they travel through here, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the most fun, is meeting these people and learning from them and hearing their stories. And just makes volunteering fun.
Yeah, we were having supper that night, and my mom was with us on Mother's Day, and Jenny and her were sitting beside one another. The next thing I know, they're just chatting away, because I don't think she knows a stranger. And Mom, of course, Mom was telling her that she stayed in that red house, the red brick house down there, which was the Luther house. When she was in high school, I think she said, and started talking about the people that lived there, and Jenny knew who she was talking about. And Mom had her hair fixed upstairs in the red house there, and Jenny and her were talking about that. So once those stories start going,
lots of good memories.
Yeah. And I know, Mike, you love the history of the area. I see you posting a lot of pictures and so forth, and you have antiques and so forth. This is right up your alley, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty neat. I can remember. I remember that place out there pretty good. You know, I understand why it's not there, and you know, progress kind of. There's a lot of places that aren't there anymore, but I always remember them and drive around the country and think what the people saw out here when they first came. You know, the pioneers. In fact, my wife and I and daughter were just talking yesterday. The pioneer men were pretty tough, you know, but the pioneer women were really tough. I mean, this country would have never been settled without pioneer women, because they had a lot on their plate.
Well, we were talking about the size of the sod house, and it's fairly typical for size for those days. And they were raising families in one of those small little buildings.
And most of the time, you know, they had a little one. They'd have a little one on their hip, and they'd be milking cows by the time they were 3 or 4, and feeding the chickens. And Dad's out in the field, and Mom and the kids took care of the whole farmstead right around the house.
Right.
While Dad was out working in the fields. So, I mean, those ladies were busy.
Yeah, and even a little later on, wheat was the crop back in the day. And not only did they do all that, then when a wheat crew came in, they had to fix meals for them on a little wood-burning stove in a place like that.
With no running water.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
You're right, they
no
were tough.
restrooms in the. Had to go 20 feet outside to go to the restroom in the dark.
I remember doing that.
Well, you do?
Oh,
Jeez.
yeah, my grandfather's.
You're kind of a pioneer yourself.
No, I'm old.
Yeah. I did want to mention real quick, you know, I know we talk about it, the people coming out and from all over the place to that barn, which is great, but the people in town around here that live around here, if you're looking for a place to go out and go for a walk or take your dog for a walk or whatever, Rick, you know, and I made a path a long time ago. I think Rick thought of it, of course, and I've helped mow it.
Actually,
but we go,
it was Melissa Garcia.
Oh, Melissa Garcia. Okay. So there's a platform clear up on the very top, kind of behind John Deere, clear up on top of that hill, and you can come out there and park at the Red Barn, get your dog out, get your family out, whatever. If you want to get some exercise, and just walk up to the top of that hill and look at across that platform. It's really cool. It's a great panoramic view up top. It kind of blows you away the first time you get up there.
It is spectacular. And
Yeah.
Jenny and Stephen and Finn did make the walk up.
Oh,
there.
did they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
They
if you're
enjoyed
looking
that.
for a place to walk your dog or whatever, get out and get some exercise. You want a little solitude, go out there and you know, come in and sign the book while you're there and look around, and then go for a nice walk. And you know, my mom does that about every day.
Every time I'm out there late in the afternoon, I see her.
Yep. So it's a good place to go for people if they're looking for a place.
Yeah, and you don't have to worry about cars. And
nope.
The other part is maybe kind of happens this way, but we have this Red Barn with all the history in it and information, and people passing through stop in, and then the folks who live right here in Custer County could probably benefit from just stopping in and taking a look around the barn too and signing the book, as you said, because there's probably something in there that they're going to relate to, Rick.
And we do see a lot of locals more and more as time goes by.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Well, it's all wonderful, and keep us updated on the sod house. I volunteer Jeremy to help you.
All right. Yeah,
because
I
he's
can
a
move a
big,
couple
strong
bricks.
guy. I could come and maybe, you know, take some pictures or
We
something.
need another supervisor, Dave.
I bet you do. I don't think I have any knowledge to offer there, but it's going to be cool. It's going to be neat.
Should be done now that we got some moisture, which we're very, very thankful for.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I hate to do this, but sometimes you have to talk about funding and money, and I'm wondering how this is all being paid for. Rick, and I know even running the barn costs money, even though you have volunteers, you've got utilities and all those sorts of things. How's this paid for, and how can we help?
It's paid for with a fund that was started years ago that we've been really careful with, and we're keeping our expenses down. Anyway, there's quite a bit left in that fund that'll get us by for several years yet, the way it looks. And then we have, I don't know if I can mention names, but Roy Yanagita is really, really good to us. And he's always coming up with something for us, and it's just his baby. And,
yeah.
So we have him to thank, and a lady friend of his has also made a substantial contribution to the sod house project. So
fantastic.
We really appreciate that.
There wouldn't be anything wrong with somebody out there who wanted to make a donation doing the same, I assume.
We do take from visitors. We collect a fair amount of donations in our donation jar. You know, it adds up over time, and we appreciate that. We also have a few items to sell, not very much, but postcards and books and keychains and souvenirs like that. So that contributes some too.
Well, I think that's great, and if you wanted to just go out and make a donation at the barn, you could do that, folks.
We would sure accept it.
Yeah. I know you're highly paid, so.
Yeah.
Not.
Part of the reason that our expenses are so low is because the guy to my right here does a lot of yard care out there, and he will not take any money.
Help,
I've
so.
tried to get, and the CEDC would be willing to. And then we've talked about it, but Rick will not take any payment for all the work that he does out there, and he does a lot of work.
Yeah, spends a lot of time there.
Now I'm embarrassed.
Well, don't be embarrassed.
No, it's very good. We're very, it's
thank you
very
for it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thankful. Yep.
Yeah.
So,
you got any questions there, Jeremy?
No. I don't.
Just jump in anytime.
Okay.
I talk a lot.
Just
as you
waiting
know.
to get started on that sod house.
Yeah. I'm ready to go.
okay, you're on the list.
Okay.
So you just need to get reset on a schedule and get going. I guess before it dries out.
Before it dries out, yeah. This probably needs to be in June, I think.
Let's hope it doesn't dry out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be great. Guys, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Custer Federal, too.
You bet. Anytime, guys, you need any promotion, let us know.
All right.
It's so important for us to welcome people when they come through. Sometimes we forget how important it is to make memories for other people.
And
That's
right.
If they're good ones, they'll probably come back, right?
Yep.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right, little music from Bob Seger for you. Bob Seger, The Real Love, right here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Well, it's just about ready to happen. This is an event that everybody loves, and the attendance is always good because the food is so good, the music is fantastic. It really kind of kicks off the festival season, that being the Oconto Volunteer Fire Department's Blowing the Door Off Barbecue, which is coming up on Saturday, June 3rd, and it runs from 5 p.m. until midnight. This year, they're giving away a Traeger grill, a handmade knife made by Adam Miller, a $200 grocery cart gift card, and $100 Kincaidor Brewing gift card. That will be in raffle drawings that they're going to be having. Musically, of course, they'll have South Loop Sunrise from 5 until 8 p.m. Not only do they play music, they have conversations and chatter, which is
friendly banter.
There you go. That goes from 5 to 8, and then at 7 they'll have the raffle drawing and auction, and then at 8 p.m. to midnight, Borderline will play, very popular band, and it's a really good price. The music and all the food you can eat from the expert barbecuers who compete for prizes for championships, $17 in advance for adults, $20 at the gate, and children ages 5 through 12 only $10. And they didn't have it for a year or two because of COVID. People just really missed it. They kind of got everything back up and going last year, and they're going to keep it going. The Blowing the Doors Off Barbecue at Oconto, Nebraska, coming up June 3rd. That's on a Saturday, and they'll start at 5 p.m. and usually there's people filing in right at 5 to get the best selection of all those good barbecuers that they lay out in front of you, and you just walk around and put it on a plate.
Yeah, and the way they set up the beer garden, it's easy. And, you know, sometimes you go to events like this and you're waiting in line forever in order to just get a beverage. The way they set up the beer garden and the place where you can get pop and beverages is great. Big, long table, big coolers, lots of people handing out drinks and taking money. You don't have to wait in line long. And if you've never been to the Oconto barbecue, you need to go in with a strategy. Some people get one plate and they go to every single stop. Some people try every single thing at a small portion at every site. And then some people say, okay, this year just for the sake of trying more brisket, I got to skip ribs. You know, you have to make those concessions in order to be able to get it done. And should be another great year for it.
Yeah, how many beans do you put on the plate and all of that? And they have some specialty items, too, that they enter in the contest, and a lot of times they put those out for people to try as well. They don't usually last very long. But
I'm normally a big barbecue sandwich kind of guy, but the strategy that I've figured out going to Oconto over the years is I skip the bun because they're filling.
Yes.
And I'd much rather fill my stomach more with the barbecue and less with the bun from a sandwich. So I'll just get it on just all meat on my plate.
And I think even some of the barbecuers, if you prefer to have some bread, some of it's homemade. Some of them make their own buns.
Yeah, the dessert breads, Parmesan breads, cornbread. There's always a really good cornbread there. And then I had some amazing corn one year as well. If there's corn on the cob, if there's anyone that knows how to make it right, it's some of those barbecue places. So go check it out.
Well, they'll roll in the day before, and they'll start heating things up, and they'll cook all night.
Yes.
And then they'll enter their different cuisines to be judged like mid-morning on Saturday, and then they'll start serving at 5 o'clock. So don't miss it. News is next. We'll be back with more information next half hour.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. The Republican supermajority in the North Carolina legislature has overridden the Democratic governor's veto of abortion legislation. Republican State Representative Kristen Baker.
This bill represents consensus position of North Carolina's citizens, the vast majority of whom support limitations to abortion after 12 weeks.
It's getting down to the wire, but Republicans and Democrats seem to be making some progress in their negotiations to raise the nation's debt ceiling. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell.
We know we're not going to default. They know it. We know it.
We're running out of time.
Sherelle Parker is poised to become the first female mayor of Philadelphia after winning the Democratic Party's nomination. KYW's Pat Loeb on Parker's priorities.
Public safety was definitely the biggest issue in the race, and her message, she did differentiate herself there.
CBS News Brief. I'm Christopher Cruz.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Kevin Wyatt.
NBA playoffs, Western Conference Finals opening game saw the Nuggets hold off the Lakers to win at 132-126. Denver had a 21-point lead, but it was cut to 3, but they held on for the win behind another triple-double from Nikola Jokic, 34 points, 21 rebounds, and 14 assists. Game 2 set for Thursday evening in Denver. The Spurs won the draft lottery, will have the opportunity to draft 19-year-old French superstar Victor Wembanyama. Hornets, Rockets, Trailblazers, Pistons rounding out the top 5. Major League Baseball, Mets are calling up Mark Vientos. That's according to ESPN. He has 13 home runs and an OPS over 1,100 this season in AAA. NHL news, the Arizona Coyotes plan to build a new arena in Tempe as part of a $2.1 billion entertainment district was rejected by voters, putting the future of the NHL in Arizona in doubt.
Here's your weatherology forecast. For today, we'll see a good deal of sunshine with high temperatures working up to 80, low south winds at 5 to 10. Then for tonight, a chance for scattered showers and storms, a low of 52. For Thursday, partial sunshine. Still can't rule out that chance for showers and storms. We're back in the lower 70s. Breezy and cooler for Friday, but ample sun, high of 68. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Caro.
It's that time of year, time to get plants in the ground. The Secret Garden is open every day in May. Weekdays 11:30 to 4:30, Saturday 8:30 to 4:30, and Sundays 1 to 4. Shop a variety of annual plants, succulents, cactus, home decor, antiques, Watkins, and more. Ephesians 4 verse 32 says, "Be kind to each other, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, just as God through Christ has forgiven you." The Secret Garden, 2 1/4 miles west of Myrna on Highway 92 and a half a mile north.
9:04, 59 degrees outside, and it's kind of one of those white skies right now. It's kind of real thin cloud cover up there, but we're still going to call it sunny this morning, just to be positive here. But 59, warming up nicely out there. I think we might see 80 today. So, oops, sorry.
A good day.
Yeah, very good day. Let's see here. Steph was in from the chamber, Broken Bow Chamber, and they're getting started with their first Thursday activity in the park, I think.
Yep, tomorrow, Market on the Square with farmers, crafters, and bakers. This will be every Thursday, the 18th through September 21st. So they're trying out new hours this year. It's a new time for the farmers market, 3 to 7 p.m. So make sure you keep that in mind. Now, some of them might show up a little bit earlier, but do keep in mind 3 to 7 p.m. is when Market on the Square is on Thursdays this year. Now, some of the vendors who plan to be there this Thursday include Dickerson Chip Repair, Old Fashioned Kettle Corn, Kane USA Beef, U.S. Cellular, Impact Closet Boutique, Debbie D's, Super Kids Club, The Cookie Farm, Rodeo Mom Tumblers, Keegan's Wood Burning and Bones, Pam Chamberlain with her jelly breads and embroidery, St. Paul Lutheran Church, Tacos El Gordo, Tropical Snow, Anna's Pupusas, Mickey's Greenhouse, The Secret Garden, Lifting Spirits, Vang's Village Shop, EK Farm Goods, Tupperware with Chris Sittler, and Morning Lark Crochet. Now, many of those vendors we'll see throughout the year. Some of them every week. They're regulars. Some of them on and off throughout the year. But what you can always expect at Market on the Square on Thursdays is a good variety. Again, 3 to 7 on Thursdays through September 21st, and tomorrow is the very first one.
9:06, if you're just tuning in this morning, we do want to remind you that we'll have coverage of the state track meet, live coverage from Burke Stadium in Omaha. Brent Apperson is setting up as we speak, I would imagine, and getting ready to probably do his first report in the 11 o'clock hour, and he'll try to do hourly reports for you throughout the day into the evening, possibly. I'm not sure as they go as long as they did, since it's 4 days now, but he'll be there till they quit.
Yep.
And he'll have those for you today, tomorrow and all the way through the 4-day coverage. And looking forward to that. And then again tomorrow, we'll be starting our coverage of the rodeo, junior high state rodeo finals out at the Custer County Fairgrounds. Cowboys and cowgirls will be coming in from all over, and we're going to see if we can catch a few of those athletes and talk to them. Those reports will be on KCNI track reports the next few days here on KBBN. Also tomorrow, there's a blood drive in Callaway from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. at the community center, and a blood drive tomorrow in Cozad from 11 a.m. until 5 p.m. at Nebraska Plastics. And an FCCLA car wash in Callaway supports the qualifiers who will be competing in Colorado. So bring your car to the school from 5 until 8 p.m., all done through free will donation. Those are some of the things that Jeremy's put on our tip sheet here this morning that we wanted to pass along to you. And just for a moment, I'd like to talk about Prairie Grounds Cafe and Gifts. They're open Monday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m., Tuesdays through Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. And you can follow them on Facebook to stay up to date with their daily happenings. And they now offer Sarah's Sweets in the store. Check out their pastry case with options like banana bread, rolls, and scones. Now, I happened to be in Prairie Grounds a while back on a Saturday morning with some children, and they scarfed up the banana bread like no tomorrow. They just devoured it. They had hot chocolate along with that.
Oh, yeah. That's a good combination.
Yeah. But for folks out there who want to spice it up a little bit, don't forget about all the different drinks they have available in coffees and different drinks that you can order there. And you can drive through or you can walk in. And by the way, when you walk in, there's places to sit, there's booths, and you can just kind of chill there as well. And their special drinks for May, the Pooh Bear Latte, which is honey and vanilla and cinnamon. The coconut drink features white chocolate and coconut and almond milk. They have a caramel drink, which features caramel, English toffee, and this is a caramel toffee nut drink, and hazelnut mixed in there with that. And then they had a Mother's Day latte featured, raspberry with white chocolate. They have Reese's peanut butter cup and mocha, and a Firefly Latte, which is white chocolate and cinnamon. Those are their May specials that you can go in and enjoy, or just have a regular cup of coffee as well with some of those pastries.
Yes, always good.
Delicious.
And do some shopping while you're there, too.
Yeah, they got nice gifts there to take a look at. I also noticed on the tip sheet here that you create, Jeremy, that it was mentioned in the meeting yesterday. Christy Wells will be on Friday. She'll be here 9 years.
9 years, yeah. That means she's almost about a year away from being here a decade.
That just doesn't seem possible. And I think about when Christy started, we had torn off the trailer house. And so we had the studios out here only, and we leased some office space in town.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, when Christy first started, she was in a open office space with yours truly, and
oh, you guys shared the office in town?
Yeah, it was all one big room.
Oh, wow!
Without cubicles.
And it was you two there?
No, there was Christy, myself. Let's see. I'll have to think who else was there then. It'll come to me.
Okay.
Because there's 4 of us in there.
And then you had the studios out here.
Yes. Colleen Sterner was working in sales then as well. And Mr. Lawhorn was.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So the 4 of us were in there. We tried not to talk too much, but we didn't have there's 4 desks in there.
For old time's sakes, are you thinking about when she's been here a decade, sharing an office with her again? Just to relive the memories?
Oh, I know she would love that, but I don't think we have room here.
You could split your office in 2, bring her desk in there in that little office.
Oh, that might be like.
Just give me the office outside the door so I can listen to everything.
Yeah.
Be entertaining.
That'd be like two cats in a box. Oh, gosh. So, you have something over there for us you want to tell us about?
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about the movies. We're going to be talking about the Fox Theater in Broken Bow. Been hearing some good things about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Now, the things I'm hearing is this is a decently heavy PG-13 movie. So might keep that in consideration when you're trying to think about what age of kid you're bringing. I know sometimes PG-13 movies, you can, if you got an adult with you, you can know 9, 10, 11-year-old can watch a PG-13 movie. This one, from what I'm hearing, at least from my brother-in-law, he said it's a pretty heavy PG-13. So keep that in mind, but it's getting good reviews. The movie Air, it's a rated R flick. That ends this Thursday, so if you want to get in and see that, make sure you do that tonight or tomorrow. And then Book Club, the next chapter, is also in theaters right now. So the movie that's going to be taking place of Air is Fast X, which is the 10th iteration of the Fast and Furious movies.
Oh, yes.
That is PG-13. That will start on Friday of this week. And then, don't forget, coming up this Sunday on the 21st, the Callaway FCC LA fundraiser, the same kids that are having the car wash. This Sunday, they are having a Minions Rise of Gru showing at 2 o'clock on Sunday, and that is part of their Callaway FCC LA fundraiser. They're going to compete in nationals in Colorado. So if you want to help them out with that, you can go to the Fox Theater in Broken Bow, always doing great things to support the community and the different organizations in our area community. So go to the movies sometime soon in Broken Bow.
Thank you, Jeremy. Quality Senior Villages in Broken Bow believes that an active life is a nurturing experience, and at their facility, residents can thrive and live an active lifestyle. And of course, activities can bring about a feeling of sense of self-worth and well-being. And so daily stimulation is crucial with physical activities and even things like movies, music, crafts, games, exercise, gardening, and cooking are offered. And they have their new outdoor area, which will be getting more and more use, which I'm sure is enjoyed. They specialize in Alzheimer and dementia care, assisted living at Quality Senior Villages in Broken Bow. If you'd like more information about their services and if they have anything available as far as space goes, you'll want to get on the list. If you need to consider that, call them at 872-6387, 872-6387. Man, this month is flying by. I don't know how you feel about it, but May is flying by. This is 17th day of May already.
Yeah, over halfway through.
So that means Rustic and Red and Cozad is throwing another party.
I have an update on that one.
Oh, an updated one. Yeah. I'll hand you this one then, nine-year veteran.
She was waiting outside the door to see if that's the one you were reading.
Oh.
And she said, oh.
She better get in here.
Yeah.
This is a fresh copy for Rustic and Red tomorrow from 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. for their May gathering. The sip and shopping starts at 4, and they'll be serving street tacos. Special guest, their very own Susan Hart, will be there presenting some of her original artwork. Their door prize will be an original piece that Susan has created just for you. Plus, 30 to 50% off ladies' apparel, 40% off spring florals, 30% off their lanterns, charcuterie boards, 30% off. Some exclusions apply. Everyone gets a valuable coupon to use on their next visit. So when you're there, you'll get a coupon, so when you come back next time for the sip and shop or just stopping in to Rustic and Red, you'll save some money. 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. tomorrow at Rustic and Red.
Sounds great.
Sounds fun.
Can't beat a sip and shop.
It's very popular.
Yeah, I think you have one of those at like an auto parts store.
That would be good.
Hand out some beer at the door. You go in and buy some tools you don't need.
Well,
we need one of those at a local hardware store or a. They've always got them at boutiques and things like that. have a have an auto parts store sip and shop. I can go in and buy a wrench set that I don't need.
It might work.
There you go. That's my idea. You're free. Anyone out there, free to use it.
Oh.
The stores geared towards men. Sip and shop. Let's do it.
That's a good idea. I don't think that's a bad idea. All gearheads invited.
There you go. And we can all talk about our projects we're not making any progress on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The ones in the garage. There you go.
Yeah, the ones in the garage. And yeah. Dreaming. We're dreamers. That's what we are.
A lot of
there's
guys
there's the motorheads that are they go out
Doers.
and they do. Yeah, they're the doers, and then there's the dreamers like myself. But
I think a lot of people dream about being a music star, getting up on the stage and playing a guitar or singing a song.
Oh, we all owned a guitar at one point or another.
Yeah.
And maybe halfway learned one song, and then that was it.
Took lessons for a while and decided you wanted to just learn a few songs, and now the guitar's back in the closet somewhere.
Yeah. They say most songs, like, I think there's like 3 chords. You can learn 3 chords on an acoustic guitar and play like more than 50% of the songs out there, sort of thing. I should have gone that route. Then all you have to worry about is the lyrics.
I think C, G, and D would be some of the chords that would come in handy, and maybe there's a F sharp in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, you don't have to play a guitar to be a star. You can go out to Sylvester's in Broken Bow this Friday night because Thunder Karaoke is back. So grab your friends and take them with you. Get up on stage all together, or get up as a solo star. Duets are welcome, it doesn't matter. And just like when you sing out loud in your car, just go up on stage and let it go at Sylvester's at Sly's this Friday night from 9 p.m. until 1 a.m. And it's karaoke night Friday at Sylvester's, the quiet little place that rocks East Highway 2 Broken Bow.
Thanks to you when you take the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rock song. They've got Thunder Karaoke. They've got a great book of songs. Just flip through it. Songs you forgot even existed that you know the lyrics to. You can sing.
Yeah, it's amazing how with the digital age now they can have just about anything and everything. And the words are up there for you if you need a little help with the words, and most of us would. The fun part of karaoke is that if you want to get up and sing, that's great. If you just want to listen, that's great.
Yep.
You don't have to get up there if you don't want to.
Exactly.
All right, here's Sturgill Simpson. I imagine he's playing some of those chords that Jeremy talked about. This one's called Oh, Sarah.
the rodeo and the concerts, but there's so much surrounding that as well.
Yeah.
It's huge.
For weeks.
Yeah, for a long time.
Yeah, for a long time. So we'll find out more details from Mr. Fudge next week. All right, what do you have there for us, Jeremy?
I want to remind folks about the importance of helping end the stigma surrounding mental health. And right here in Custer County, a great resource has been made available for you to have in your back pocket when you need somebody, when you need to help somebody, or when you yourself need somebody to help you. MHPCC.org is the place. It has a Spanish version that you can click on at the top of the page now as well. There's a myth out there, and it's that you need to be a professional in order to help someone who's struggling with their mental health. But the fact is, friends and loved ones can make a big difference. More specifically, spurring that person forward to receiving the help that they need. You can reach out, let them know you're available to help, and then help them access mental health services such as those listed on MHPCC.org. It's a very thorough and complete list, and you can use that to learn and share facts about mental health as well. MHPCC.org, remember it, have it ready to go, and you never know who you need to talk to at work, at home, at school, or right there in the church pew that might need some help, and you can just suggest that to them, and the conversation doesn't have to go any farther than that. They can use MHPCC.org and those great resources available.
Very important, and we thank the folks who put that together. Real service. Well, we're just all really on the verge of what we talked about this morning with Mark, going fishing, maybe getting that motorcycle out, getting that camper out. And before we do that, we want to make sure that those items, those properties are insured before we hit the highway or get on the lake. And Universal Insurance would love to sit down and go through your list with you and make sure everything's covered. If you don't have coverage on some of those, they would like to offer, their services and products. And now they have a lot of different sources they can go to make your insurance needs fit your budget as best they can, or maybe the coverages, type of coverages that need to be looked at, because they have expanded the number of companies they can draw from. So stop by and talk with Jack or Nate, or give them a call at 872-6438, or again, stop in their office on Highway 2. They are a division of GTA Insurance Group, and that's one of the reasons now they have more sources than ever to fit the insurance to your needs, and they would love to talk to you about it. Just give them a call again at 872-6438.
Kind of shopping for insurance is just kind of almost similar to shopping for, like a gift or something you need to wear. You shop online, you get it in the mail, and it might not fit right, and then you're stuck with this thing that you can't ship back most of the time. Why not shop for your insurance with someone local and go that route? You see those guys out and about, you see them at the grocery store, you say hi, and it just applies to all local businesses. They're the ones that you see on the back of kids' T-shirts for fundraisers and in the yearly yearbook and things like that. And it goes the same for insurance. Even though it's not a tangible product, it's something that can really help you out when you need that help.
Good point. And just think about it this way. When you buy things on the internet, it's so easy to click and buy. It's so hard to get it justified if something's wrong.
Yes.
They make it especially difficult to get your money back or to get what you really ordered. And if you didn't get it right the first time, you got a mess. And it's no different with insurance.
Exactly.
And I think that's a good point. Little Charlie Crockett for you on the show, and then we have a few more things we're going to wrap up with, so keep it right here.
into $460 million per year in extra income for all soybean farmers. There is power in numbers, and you and your fellow soybean farmers are proving it by bringing tangible returns back to you and your operations through Your Soy Checkoff. You can see all the ways Your Soy Checkoff is moving soy forward for you at unitedsoybean.org. That's unitedsoybean.org. It's all about you doing things together as Your Soy Checkoff.
9:35. Jeremy and Dave with you. If you hear a little high-pitched noise, it just started a few moments ago during the song from Charlie Crockett, and it is a UPS backup that is no longer backing up.
Yeah, no longer backing up. Hopefully we have no power blips.
I hope not. We'll see if we can get that fixed after we finish up the breakfast show. I do want to remind you that Saturday and Sunday, Adams Land and Cattle are having their compost days, and they'd love to have you come out to the south lot and pick up some free compost on Saturday, 9 a.m. till 1 p.m. on Highway 21. On Sunday, noon to 3. Bring your shovels and containers to transport your compost, take it back home, blend it into your garden, into your yard, whatever you're going to use it for. Absolutely no charge, and it really works. It's good stuff.
Yes.
That tone is quite annoying, isn't it?
Makes you feel like you just went to a concert. You know, your
Yeah.
ears ring after you go to a concert
Yeah.
for about 24 hours. It feels like that.
It really does.
We're both sitting in here with tinnitus.
I'm glad we both hear it.
Yeah. What are you talking about? I don't hear anything. You talk about the compost days. That goes hand in hand with the garden center in Broken Bow. They've got seasonal hours going on right now. They're open 7 days a week, 10 to 5:30 Monday to Friday, and then 10 to 4 Saturday, and then noon to 4 on Sunday. The greenhouse is full of a huge variety of different kinds of vegetables, fruits, and herbs. I think it's going to be a pretty darn beautiful time throughout the week to get some planting done. Some of the herbs include cilantro, lemon, sweet basil, lavender, parsley, sage, rosemary, chocolate and apple mint, spearmint, peppermint, and more. They also have vegetables like cauliflower, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, a variety of cabbages and lettuce, zucchini, celery, eggplant. They've got hot peppers, watermelon, cantaloupe, and more varieties of tomato than you even knew were available. So go and check it out. They've got all of that, as well as the annuals and perennials that you need, the potting soil. They even carry new raised bed garden soil as well. If you have questions or concerns about items in your gardens or beds, they've got some great products that will help you out in making your plants strong and also killing off those weeds and things you don't want to see around. Go ahead and follow their Facebook page to know when your favorite items have arrived, and take advantage of the beautiful days we get by getting some gardening done with the help of the Garden Center in Broken Bow.
All right, thank you, Jeremy. A couple other things we wanted to look forward to, and that would be baseball next Monday. We'll have more Senior Legion baseball for you as Broken Bow hosts Ravenna. First pitch is scheduled for 8 p.m. on Monday night. If you can't make it to Paul Brown Field, you can listen to it on KBBN 95.3 FM, also on kbbn.com on any of your devices. And download that free app, by the way.
Want to talk about another job, a diesel mechanic? You could be one at a family-owned business that is Central Nebraska Diesel. They've been serving the community since 1968, and they're looking for a skilled and motivated diesel mechanic to join their team. This successful candidate will be responsible for maintaining and repairing diesel engines, including trucks and heavy equipment. You'll be diagnosing, repairing, and maintaining those vehicles and engines, including electrical and mechanical systems. Some requirements: you need to have a valid driver's license, a strong knowledge of diesel engines and vehicle systems, and the ability to use diagnostic equipment and tools. You need to have problem-solving skills, strong attention to detail and accuracy, and the ability to work independently and as a part of a team as well, and the physical ability to lift heavy equipment and work in a variety of weather conditions, because they service those engines out in the field as well. Benefits include matching retirement, health insurance, and a positive work environment that values teamwork, respect, and a commitment to quality service. If those all sound like attractive items as a part of a job description to you, contact Brian at 643-2544. That info I gave you and more of a description on that job is on the employment page of sandhillsexpress.com.
All right, 20 minutes before the hour. Again, a quick reminder. Talked about it earlier with Andy and Melissa. The benefit lunch and silent auction coming up this Sunday for Jacob Hoblin Bittner and Andy Gibbons family. They're serving pulled pork and cowboy beans and chips and salad. Starts at 11 a.m., goes to 2 p.m. at the Mason City Community Building. Jacob will be going to Omaha for a kidney transplant with Andy, his donor. So neither will be able to work for 6 to 8 weeks, and there's going to be some extra expenses, of course, for Jacob's family. So you can just enjoy a meal on Sunday at the community building in Mason City. They'll have an auction as well, and you can also just make a donation if you like. But we'll be talking about that very often because it's a worthy cause.
Brubaker's Coffee House and Gifts. They want you to know they're open Tuesday to Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturdays from 9 until 3. If you haven't made the drive to Arnold to check out Brubaker's Coffee House and Gifts, you are missing out. Stop in for novelty gifts and decor for everyone, including men, women, kids, babies, and even pets. Spring is in full force. Beautiful flowers, trees, rose plants, butterflies, birdhouses, and more are there. And you can stop in and see the beautiful decor they have as well. They've got farm and western decor, pastels, soft colors for throws and rugs and plant holders, and rustic prints and colors, wall hangings, a variety of different styles of clocks as well. It's a historic destination. It's a barista bar and gift shop right in the back door of your location at Brubaker's Coffee House in Arnold. Follow them on Facebook. Keep up with all the latest happenings, and go and have coffee with a friend. It's always a good idea at Brubaker's Coffee House and Gifts in Arnold.
All right, Jeremy. We're lucky because the UPS that is going south on us is not under the console table here, so it's going to be a little easier to get to, but we got to get it fixed because it's driving us nuts.
Yeah, I got to say it's really hard to talk with that high-pitch ringing constantly. I don't know how well it's translating over the radio, but I'm guessing
pretty good.
Yeah, you can hear it pretty well. So we got to get that fixed.
Yep. Thanks, Jeremy. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Before we close, we do want to wish anybody out there a happy birthday. If you're having a birthday, happy birthday to you. It's also Sugar Ray Leonard's birthday today.
Sugar Ray.
67.
I bet he can still throw a nasty punch.
Well, it looks like he's in pretty good shape when you see him on some guest appearances. But he has been around a while. Dominant fighter in the 80s, 36-3-1 as a professional. And he's celebrating his 67th birthday today. Again, if you're having a birthday, happy birthday to you. We hope you have one of the best days you've had in a while. Join us for the breakfast show tomorrow at 7:30.
Sweet love standing at my gate. Oh, my sweet love. Sure would feel good to feel good again. Oh, my sweet love. Say that you need me, you'll always believe me. Oh, my sweet love, that our love is straddle. Oh, my sweet love. A woman knows exactly what she's doing. And a girl ain't the apple off the tree. When you're good, it's just crazy. When your back's too much. Sweet love standing at my gate. Oh, my sweet love. Sure would feel good to feel good again. Oh, my sweet love.
John Mellencamp with My Sweet Love. John released that back in 2008. It was a whole album of songs with stand-up bass. You can hear that acoustic sound in a hall, all centered around the 1950s, and they were good. And that's one that hit the radio here on 95.3 with My Sweet Love, John Mellencamp from 2008. Here's Seth Lakeman, Divided We Fall.
It's Friday night down somewhere. The whole nation is taking a train. In a field of haunted faces, the weeds of worry and pain. By day we dig the ditches, by night we stack the books. Scratch at the same old common itch, stare at the same old look.